Happy Wednesday! Today for our lesson, we will be going over some grammar, some spelling, and some reading comprehension. So first I have some grammar. We're going to make some corrections to the sentence. Let's look at it. The melting snow created gullies. All this flowing water ended up in the lake at the bottom of the valley. Okay, I definitely see some punctuation errors and I see some spelling errors too. Let's look at our first sentence. The melting snow created gullies. Okay, gullies, that's not spelled right. Remember, we are doing singular and plural nouns. So if we look at this, we always have an IES when we have a plural noun. Also, there needs to be a period there because we see we have a capital letter, which means the starting of a new sentence. So the melting snow created gullies, IES, period. All this flowing water ended up in the lake at the bottom of the valley. Okay, I definitely see another error. Lake. If I have two, does that make it plural or singular? Singular, or excuse me, plural. So we need to make lake, we need to add an S so that it is plural. Now let's read it. All this flowing water ended up in the lakes. That makes more sense. At the bottom of the valley. Let's look at valley. If there are two lakes at the bottom of it should be valleys, I-E-S. And what do we always have at the end of sorry, that should be IES. Mrs. Bliley's trying her best, but this is super hard to write with. We always have punctuation at the end of our sentence. Now let's read the sentence and see if it makes sense. The melting snow created gullies, period. All this flowing water ended up in two lakes at the bottom of the valleys, period. Perfect. I love it. We corrected all of our mistakes. Now we are going to transition to spelling. Okay, so we have our 10 spelling words. We need to think of the words that are similar to the ones, our spelling word that is similar to our examples. We have road, path, street is a spelling word of ours. Street. Next we have toe, foot. What's on the back of your foot? A heel. Remember, our spelling words are E-E or E-A. We have the long E this week. Hour, day, week. River, stream, creek. Oops, Miss Blair, I spelled it wrong. Sorry. Buttermilk, cream. C-R-E-A-M. Great review of our spelling words. Please make sure to be looking at those spelling words. We will be tested next week on those. And to also be practicing them. Mrs. Bliley is giving you many worksheets to help you do that. Next, we are going to look at vocab. Okay, we arrived very late to remember, arrived means to show up somewhere. Where could we arrive very late to? Let's say the doctor's office. The train conductor inspected our, what do train conductors normally collect? Tickets. What does it mean to inspect? It means to look very closely at. I love old photographs of, photographs is a picture. Let's say family members. Let's take a moment to sing before the baseball game starts. What do we normally sing at baseball games? The national anthem. Whoops. Sorry. What valuable things do you carry in your book bag? What does valuable mean? It means something that's worth a lot of money or something that's very special to you. And lastly, the mother whispered lovingly to her son. Whispered means to talk really quietly. Great review. Okay. So, Mrs. Bliley has a few activities for you to do today. I have spelling. I also have some reading comprehension and some vocab. I'm going to have you do the spelling and the vocab on your own. Mrs. Bliley is going to read this reading comprehension passage to you, talk a little bit about the questions, and then I would like you to fill them in on your own. So our reading comprehension passage today is A Dream to the West. Lang was 8 years old in 1849. Life at home in China was tough. Yang, Lan's father, worked hard to put food on the table. Then word spread of people getting rich finding gold in America. Young wanted a better family. He made the boat trip journey by himself. After a few hours, Lan and her mother were joining him. After a few months, Lan and her mother were joining him. Lan was as white as a ghost. "I'm scared, Mommy," she said. "I only know people here in China. I don't even speak English." "You'll settle in," her mom said. "Daddy will welcome us." The Golden Mountain. "Daddy!" Lan came running to hug her father. They took a long wagon trip in from the port in California. They arrived in an area where gold was being found. Are there really finding gold here?" Lan asked. "Some people have struck it rich," Young said. They call this place Gold Mountain. Gold was found in 1849. The gold rush swept across America like a wildfire. Now people from other countries came. "And what about our family still in China?" she asked. "We owe them for your trip. I will send them money for my pay," he said. "Maybe one day they can join us here." Many others did not have enough money. They could not send for their loved ones. Lang knew she was lucky. A new life. Young lived in a small town with other Chinese people. When they arrived, Lang met Young's friend Chen. She also met Chen's daughter Li. They walked around the village. "This is where we live, and this is where we eat," Li said. "And here is where we gather to talk and have fun." Lan studied the area. "I didn't know this many Chinese people lived here. They even speak Chinese." "Yes, we have built a nice place to live," Young said. "But where is the mine that you work in?" Lang asked. "I don't work as a miner any longer," he said. "We were not finding any gold. I'm now a shoemaker." Lang knew family would not be the same. She had hope when she looked around. The future was as open as the land. "I'm just happy we're together," Lang said. Okay, so let's look at our questions. It says reread the passage and answer the questions. If you would like to reread the passage, please take the time to do so when you open up this document in your activity. Number 1, details tell what the characters do and say and help you to find the theme. What is one important detail about Lang's family in paragraph 2? So you're going to go back and look and find what the important detail. Remember, theme is the main passage or idea of the story. We talked about it yesterday and we identified some themes in Disney movies. Theme is the main idea or the lesson from the story. 2, what is an important detail about Young under the heading of a new life? So you're going to look back in the text and see what is one important detail about Young. Number 3, the theme of a story is the author's message. What is the theme of the passage? Circle the letter of the best answer. A, looking for wealth in another country is never a good idea. B, things in life don't always go as planned, but it's still possible to make a fresh start. C, family is more important than money. Think about, especially the ending. What is the theme? What is the message the author is trying to tell us? All right, if you have any questions, please be sure to comment below or come to your support time and I will help you with any additional needs that you have. Have a great day.